When I was probably third or fourth grade, I kept a family newspaper called the Chronicles, and I would chronicle the events of my household, things like, the antics of my baby brother, or what we were having for dinner, things like that. And I've saved these issues that I wrote on notebook paper, lined notebook paper, and I illustrated them myself. And I had a stack of them that I found fairly recently that were yellowed with age, and the tape that I had used to keep them together was all peeling off. And I read through them, and it was really striking to me how absent my culture and my religion were and on all of these pages. And apart from our names, you wouldn't know that I wasn't writing about a white American family. I mentioned a dinner party that my mother was hosting and that she was cooking up tons of food, but I never mentioned that it was Pakistani food. Or the clothing that we wore. My mother always wore shalwar kameez, which is the traditional Pakistani outfit, and things like that just were completely omitted, even though it was a huge part of my childhood. So that, looking back at that and seeing that, made me realize that I can only assume that it's because the stories I read were all of a certain type and reflected a certain type of person, and I can't think that it could be anything other than I thought that those stories were the ones that people wanted to hear, and those were the stories worth sharing. And so I ended up deleting huge aspects of myself in order to make these stories palatable, I guess, to what I thought the world wanted to read.